Today's video was brought to you by Ewin Racing, the best source for gaming chairs and desks for those long gaming sessions. We have a playlist of our Ewin chair and desk videos linked in the video description below. Save 30% off of everything using the discount code TechDeals. More details at the end of the video. Here's what I'm going to do. This is the Dave Ramsey Investment and Retirement Calculator. There's 1,000...
Oh, you look really good for your age.
That's the age you plan to retire. So she thinks she's funny. So there are 1,000 investment retirement calculators you can use. This is just a nicely formatted one that shows you it's very, very easy to use. And this is where the power of money, I wish somebody had grabbed me when I was younger and just beat me upside the head with this and said, hey, numbnuts, this is stupid. Save your money. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think about it on a day-to-day basis, because if you think about it on a day-to-day basis, it's too depressing. So let's say that you are 25 years old and you want to buy a Wonder Woman dress, and it's $3.
Okay. And
you want to retire at 67 because if you were born in 1960 or later, that's when you get full retirement benefits.
Okay.
And let's say you've saved $0 for retirement. No, you're going to contribute nothing monthly. You've saved $3 for retirement, which is the cost of the Wonder Woman dress. So you take that $3 and you put it in your retirement fund. That's it.
And the way it's going to grow.
But the purpose of this is independent of any other savings. Independent, because the individual money you put into savings is separate from every other individual money you put in. It's not like you put them together and they somehow work differently from each other. $3 is 10% of $30. But if you put in $3 independently, if you take 10 dresses and you put in those $3, then you can take the final number, just multiply times 10.
Can I also add to this, just you might be about to touch on it, but just in case, I also want to stress the point that putting money into a savings account at your bank is not the same thing as putting money into a retirement that he's about to do the math for you on. If you put money into that retirement, it is going to grow exponentially on itself with inflation every year. In your savings account in your bank, even if you're making that small percentage that your bank is giving you, which guarantee you it is not enough to make up for inflation, you're actually losing money on it as opposed to putting it into a retirement account where it will actually grow because they'll invest it for you. If that makes sense. Because inflation is going to grow about 8% every year. And so you're losing a large percentage of your money if you just leave it in a savings account in the bank. So you're like, it's fine, I've got money in savings. You're not saving for retirement because that is going to get messed up with inflation. You're not going to have enough to actually retire. And the amount that you need to retire changes every year with inflation. So you're never going to hit your end goal if you're not putting it in an account where that money changes for you.
That is all 100% correct. Let me make two minor adjustments to that. You said 8% inflation a year. It has been a long time since we've had 8% inflation. But putting that issue aside, we don't know what the future is going to hold. If we do have 8% inflation, boy, it's going to be ugly. But yes, inflation destroys the value.
Maybe I grabbed the wrong number.
It's all right.
Sorry.
But, maybe it will be 8% going forward. It has historically not been 8%, but there have been times in America's past where it has been 8%. It varies, of course. And, of course, here's the other dangerous part. What the government says inflation is and what you feel inflation is could be different because they use the Consumer Price Index, they back out housing and energy costs, and they only price certain things when they calculate the official inflation rate. But other things they're not considering might go up or down more. So, look at the video card prices. That's obviously inflated. In any case, yes, you have to earn more. You're absolutely correct. Savings accounts are a waste of time. They don't pay anything. If you're not investing in the stock market, you're wasting your time. And there is one investment that everybody should start with in the stock market. There's others, but there's one investment that going back nearly 100 years has consistently earned with dividend reinvestment an average of about 10% a year, and actually more than 10% a year in the past 30 years. And that is the S&P 500 index. But let's not talk about that now because you could spend 20 minutes talking about that. But that is the first thing everybody should buy is the S&P 500. And the cool thing is you can buy it with very little investment. And all the stock stuff is free these days. I mean, you can go online, open an E-Trade account or Charles Schwab account. They don't charge any transactions to trade stocks anymore. It's all the cost. It used to be you had to pay a bunch of money to a stockbroker. But now you can do it all for free. So, in any case, so you take $3 And
We're putting it in an IRA, basically. Is that what's happening here?
yeah, you'd put this into your Roth IRA and you'd invest it into the S&P 500. Now, the 30-year return with dividend reinvestment in the past 30 years has been higher, but I don't think, I mean, if we get 12%, that's great. But let's say 10% annual return. In 42 years, your investment could be worth $197. Now, in 42 years at 3% inflation, that's going to be about half that in current present dollars. So let's say it's $95 in today's dollars 42 years from now. The break-even point for today in terms of the official inflation number is 1991, is when money was half.
So you can say that every $5 you save, you're actually saving $100 for retirement.
Every $3 you save.
I'm just rounding to be safe here.
Well, it also depends on your current age. Because if you're 30, waiting just 5 years, but what if you do it at 20?
Yeah, no, I know. It's
Time-
exponentially higher.
Now, I am sure that a lot of people are going to sit here and go, well, who cares about $200? Well, yeah, and if all you're ever going to save is $3, yes, you're wasting your time. But it's $3 times how many Starbucks? How many...
It's somewhere upstairs, I think. Yeah, I had a Starbucks.
She
He's
bought a
correct.
Starbucks.
I used a gift card. If
That
it helps.
doesn't fix it.
I didn't buy the gift card. It's free Starbucks, man.
But you can sell the gift card.
I forgot you can't do that. It's fair. It's fair.
And
All
get,
right.
like-
All right, I could have saved it. All right.
But here's the thing. If you add up all the Starbucks...
But would
and
that
all
have
the-
been worth my time? I'm just kidding. I was going back to your... Never mind. It's fine.
It might not be.
If you add up all the Starbucks.
And you have to have some fun in your life. It's okay. But the point is, if you can take $3 here and $3 there, if you can take, for the sake of discussion, forget what you start with. $3 a day is $100 a month.
Okay.
Can the average person who has the time, bless all of your hearts, we love you, who has the time to watch us, can you guys take $3 a day out of whatever you're spending? Skip a meal and cook at home. Skip a Starbucks. Drive the extra block to get the slightly cheaper gas. Clip a coupon. Can you save $3 a day in your life? I think most people who have computers and watch these streams or at least live in America. I mean, I understand that when we give deals, we only do it focused on America because the economies in Brazil and Indonesia and the Philippines are completely different. I don't know those countries, and I don't presume to tell them what their income versus expenses and how.
Probably much better at this point. But
I have no idea what their country's economies are like. How can I give them advice? So if you live in America and you're watching us, if you really wanted to, you could probably you could find $3 a day to save somewhere. So what happens if we save $100 a month from 25 to 67? What do you think this number becomes? A lot.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do that math in my head. Nice.
That's nearly $1 million.
But you know what you actually should be putting in the account? Yearly, you should be putting in about $6,000.
Well, you should, but not all 25-year-olds can afford to do it. In theory, you add...
That is not enough money to retire on.
No, it's not. Let me ask you a question. What if you started when you were 18? Even an 18-year-old should be able to save $100 a month.
This is going to hurt, and I already know it. I'm aware. It hurts. I could be putting so much less money in my account. But you know who never taught me any of this? Well, parents.
Now, you mentioned $6,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. $6,000 a year.
That's the cap most IRAs will let you put in.
That's $500 a month. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have had to use a calculator for that.
Change that number to 28. Calculate that. There you go.
If you make the median household... Is everybody listening? The median, meaning the middle, half make more, half make less. The median household income in the United States right now, not per person, household, is about $60,000 a year. $6,000 is 10% of your income.
$60,000 a year is so ridiculous, but go on.
It's
true.
If you put $6,000 into your IRA from 28 to 67, you'll have nearly $3 million at 60. Now, that doesn't include Social Security, and that will all be tax-free.
Yes. And do you know what you ideally should have set aside to retire?
Depends on how well you want to live.
Because if you have this in an investment account, because it gains interest on itself, you can basically spend out of it and never lose money. To ideally be able to get your annual income that you're already making and not have to put more money, basically this account would never be depleted because you'd only be spending the interest that you're making if you can put at least $2.5 million in it.
Well, there's 2.8.
Yep. But that's a lot of money every month into retirement because you didn't start saving sooner.
Try this on for size. Forget 18, because 18 is not realistic. Let's say you get out of college, you go get yourself a job, whatever.
22. You graduated
23.
Okay.
Because your first year of working, you're getting settled.
Okay.
5 years younger than 28.
We'll only buy you a GPU in 40 years? I'm sorry. That's good.
I would like to point out
That's
that the
good.
difference between 23, it is funny. I have a serious point to make, and
I'm
you're
so
laughing.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's totally funny. I get the joke. People are in pain. I get it. But the difference between starting at 23 and starting at 28 is $2 million.
It hurts to know that.
From 21 to 25, I bought a new car every year. Forget saving every
Okay.
month. Forget saving every month. If from 21 years old, if I wasted
Thank you, Hector.
$40,000 in the loss of value of trading cars that quickly, $10,000 a year just because buying new cars is stupid. Well, it depends. No monthly savings. If you just take $40,000 at 21 and do nothing else, never save another penny, it's nearly $4 million.
How does that feel?
I want to punch myself.
Yeah, no, it's
It almost makes you want to cry.
yeah.
The opportunity.
Future you is going to be so mad at past you. Maybe not now, but you know. No, yeah, okay.
So this is why I want to do financial streams and a financial deals thing.
very important.
Because this, actually, if you save and stash your money and you get out of debt, then when you say, I want a new graphics card, you go, oh, but they're so expensive. Oh, but I have savings and I've budgeted for it. I can buy one when I want one, and I don't have to cry about it because I've made smart financial choices.
Now, you can't pull that out of your IRA.
No, but once you've maxed out your IRA and you have other savings, there does come a point. See, here's the kicker. This is why you pay yourself first. If you take 10 to 15% of your income and you put it in savings first, then you can, without guilt, spend what's left. If you can afford a new graphics card with the money left over, then you don't have to feel guilty about it because you aren't spending your retirement because you've already saved that first.
And if you're worried because you want emergency funds, because a lot of us have to or like to have an emergency account just in case, you can put money in an emergency account as well. But know that you can go ahead and start your IRA. If you don't have a lot of extra money, if you're almost living paycheck to paycheck, you can start your IRA just to have that building in case you're not needing that money. If you don't need to pull it for an emergency, you're building your retirement. But if you need to pull it, you can. It just means that when you pull it out, you have to pay tax on it, and it's no longer gaining interest for you when you retire. But in a case of an emergency or something, you can pull money out of it. It's just going to make it to where you basically never put it in there. And you'll have to pay taxes on it. So it's still a good idea to start putting money in that if you don't have a lot of extra money, just so that you are still planning for your future. Because if you're constantly going, I'll put money over there when I'm able to, or when I'm prepared to, or when I have enough extra money, then it doesn't happen until it's too late.
Waiting from 23 to 28 is $2 million.
This guy.
Ewin Racing has a wide selection of chairs to fit all shapes and sizes of gamers, ranging from petite to cuddly. They have something for every type of gamer. Not just sizes, but colors and material options as well, including red, blue, purple, pink, orange, and more, plus cloth and leather choices. We have over half a dozen chair and desk videos in a playlist down in the video description below. We also have a very special offer just for Tech Deals viewers. Save 30% off of everything using using discount code TECHDEALS using our link in the video description. We have used Ewin gaming chairs for 3 years in our office, sitting on them for up to 8-hour marathon live streams. They are very comfortable, and we are happy to work with Ewin to bring you this special discount and recommend Ewin for all of your gaming chair and desk needs.